Hello and welcome to Mystic Mondays. We're back. We apologize. We had a little break last week because there was so much going on, but we're back today with Jenny. And Dana is here as well, and Kim, Bad Boy Breeze. I hope more people are going to join our chat because today we're talking about a very, very interesting topic, as we always do. And this one's about lucid dreaming. And I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of questions about lucid dreaming because most people don't know what the difference is between a vivid dream and a lucid dream. And they're two very different things. And we're going to be talking about them in a little while. Hopefully, if we get more people in. There's 6 people in the chat right now. I hope more people are going to join us. Jenny, how are you?
Hello. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
We're going to call it Happy Monday.
Well, we're happy on Mondays and we love doing this show, so it's a happy Monday.
I'm dressed for it. I'm dressed for the Femme Tarot.
I was going to say you're so on brand and I love that pink on you. Absolutely love it.
Pink is my favorite color.
Mine too.
It definitely is. I try to pretend it's not. I lean towards red, but if you give me hot pink, I'm going to always look at that. Always. It's like a bright, shiny object for me. So I love it. I'm excited to talk about dreams today because I have crazy dreams and I don't know what's going on. So maybe you can shed some light on those for me.
Yes, of course. I would love to. Although, as I said last time, or was it in Adam's channel, I'm not a dream expert. I mean, there are people out there that are actually experts on dreams. They've been studying them for years, and they can interpret dreams and they can tell you what's going on in your life according to what you're dreaming, your psychology, or what's happening spiritually. It's really fascinating. I want to learn more. Actually, I need to find the time to learn more because dreams fascinate me too.
You don't have the time. You don't have the time.
I don't have the time. I know, but I've got to find the time. I have to find the time because it's really interesting.
They really are fascinating.
They are fascinating, especially those like weird dreams. You have to tell me, actually, have you had a lucid dream?
Well, okay, so here's my question. What's a lucid dream? Is that a dream where you can control what's going on? Because possibly, but I can't control it. And I can only remember bits and pieces. So I definitely need some guidance.
Okay, so let's get right into it then. So lucid dreaming is basically when you become the architect of your dream. What does that mean? When you can actually become the director, the orchestrator of your own dream. So when you're having a very vivid dream, it's already a vivid dream, and there are a lot of things happening, and suddenly you find yourself that you're able to actually change things in your dream. You're awake, but within your dream, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's basically being able to change everything from your environment to who you're going to talk to, who's going to be in this dream. What are you doing in this dream? Are you driving? Are you riding a horse? Are you, driving a bike? What is it? You can actually control everything around the dream. Now, this can be a bit scary for people, especially for people who haven't had that before and they don't know what's happening. Because while you're dreaming, it's almost like there's that feeling. It's a very sudden feeling that, ooh, I think I can do things here. I can control my environment. I can control myself. But you're aware that you're dreaming. And this is the fun part because you can do anything. So, for instance, I'm sure you've dreamt about flying.
Yes, I'm flying. I'm thinking I'm falling. When I was younger, I was falling. And now I'm just flying and I never hit the ground. So I think I can fly.
Exactly, right? It's just like almost like I have the same thing. I used to have as a child almost every night this falling feeling that that I'm falling from like a round staircase and it's just never ending. And then suddenly, bam, and then I'm like awake. What's happening right now?
When I was really young, when I was in grade school, I remember I'd get to the end of the pavement on a playground. And then once I reached the end of the building, I would just literally, the wind would pick me up and I'd fly away. That was my recurring dream when I was young.
It's funny how we have, like, when we're young, we have sort of like our dreams change. It's almost like our dreams have evolved with us, or with our spirituality as well, actually.
Yeah.
Because I started, I believe that I started dreaming that I'm flying when I was around late teens, 17, 18. And I actually, when I started having lucid dreams, which was around the same time when I realized that I have superpowers, I thought I was Wonder Woman. I can fly. I can drive a motorcycle, you know, I can wear whatever I want. I can change my body shape. That was the most amazing part about me. I could look any way I wanted to. I could really change my clothing, the shape of my body, my shoes. I even had romantic dreams where I control lucid dreams, romantic dreams where I would like literally just fall in love with someone, kiss someone, have a whole relationship with them during that dream. Then in the morning I would wake up, I'd be like, oh, I really love that dream, you know? I was like really giddy, and so this person that I don't know that I probably manifested in my dream. It was so cute. And what I did was for 2 or 3 days, I would repeat the same dreams. I would go back to it. So every time I fell asleep, I would just close my eyes and say, I want to go back to that place. You've done that, right?
I do it every night. I wake up like 3 times a night because of Billy waking me up. And then I go back to bed and I'm like, let's just keep going. And I do control it. But I don't know who these people are in my dreams sometimes. I just remember there's people I know, even if I don't know them. Or I dream about being places like I've never actually been in my own house when I dream. I'm somewhere else, or I'm in a friend's house that's not actually their house. And I'm like, but I know it's their family's house. And
you know why?
Like, why?
Because it is your house and it is your friend's house, but it's
different dimension.
Spirit world. That's your highest self. You're actually going in, you're meeting with your highest self in your dreams. So what's happening is you have that feeling that this is my home. I kind of feel familiar. I recognize, I don't recognize where I am, but I do have that familiar and homely feeling. That's because it is your home. That's your higher self.
Interesting.
That's your best friend's home on the other side that you've visited a ton of times. Yes, because a lot of times, especially just before and during REM, we usually, our consciousness elevates in such a level that we're able to meet with our higher selves. And a lot of those dreams that we have, that we feel, I've done this before. I've been here before.
Yeah.
Why does this remind me of something? Why does this person that in my dream seems to be my best friend, my husband, my lover, whatever, I don't know them. I don't recognize them. For instance, in my dream, people don't have faces. Weird.
No.
But they don't. Do you have that too?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know you, but I know you.
Exactly, because we do know them. We know them spiritually.
Okay.
It's true. It's not just me saying it. Any psychic or medium or anyone who's done self-hypnosis or does hypnosis for other people will tell you this. And there are books out there. So what happens with lucid dreaming? So there are scientific facts around lucid dreaming. Big universities in the States, in Canada as well, in Europe, have done a ton of tests onto people while they're sleeping to see how their brain functions, what's the level of consciousness. Now, lucid dreams occur during REM, so that's rapid eye movement. That's the time we usually have those dreams. And as I said, those dreams are immersive. They're almost three-dimensional. They're realistic. It's almost like someone just popped virtual reality goggles on you, and you're in this different dimension, different place that everything seems like tangible, but they're not really. So you can move things around, but you can't really touch them. That's the same with a lucid dream. Now, I have notes here because I don't want to forget anything, as per usual. So I want to go back a little bit to while you're lucid dreaming. If it's the first time that happens to you, it may happen that you might start panicking, okay? When you realize, oh, I'm awake. What's happening right now? I'm awake in my own dream. How can this be? How do I wake up? How do I get out of this? There's that as well, especially for first timers, and I get it because I was the same. So there are various ways of doing it. The first one is call out for help. Just call out for help, either to someone who is in your dream or to your guides. Just call your guides and say, hey, spirit guide, help me out. Get me out of here. Wake me up. And it will happen. Yeah. Another way of doing it is while you're dreaming, try to blink. Try to blink your eyes. Rapid blinking. And and the reason why rapid blinking works is because there are parts of your brain that are not used during that level of consciousness when you're asleep. So when you start, blinking your eyes, then the mind has to use those parts that are not being used. It's automatic. So automatically you will wake up, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I can't explain it scientifically, but it is about the way the mind works. Also, another way to wake up is pure and simple. Just fall asleep in your dream. Just
really
go to bed, a bench, a chair, and just fall asleep. And then you'll wake up in your bed, in your body. It works. I tried that as well last time.
I didn't know that, but I like that. I love napping. I'll just be like, because that's what I do in real life. I'm like, you know what? That plate just broke. I'm just gonna go take a nap, and it'll be fine when I wake up.
Well, that's one way of coping. Why not? Why not?
Sometimes I'm allowed.
You are allowed, especially
Sometimes.
with a baby as well. You can take as many naps as you want.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I know. But in theory, you can.
Yeah.
And another way to get out of this lucid dream and wake up is just read something. Read a sign. Look around you. Is there a sign? Try to read it, or read a book. You can actually manifest things in your dream. You can just say, okay, I'm in a library now. I'll just pick this book up, open the first page, and just read a couple of lines, and then I'll find myself back in my bed. So those are some of the ways that you can get out of the lucid dreaming while you're in it. The other thing I wanted to discuss, because I've got my notes here and I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is that the average person will have a lucid dream once per month. So everyone has them. Everyone has lucid dreams. It's just that sometimes some people might not even realize it if it hasn't happened that often to them, or if they don't remember their dreams in the morning. So what happens is they while they're there, they realize that this is not like a normal dream in quotations. It's not. They do realize that, but usually they go with the flow. They don't realize that they can actually change things around and be their own dream architect. So because they don't realize what's happening to them. So there are ways of actually validating whether you are having a lucid dream or a vivid dream, or whether you're in some kind of different state of consciousness. And it's called realities checking. So there are different ways of doing that. This is while you're dreaming, okay? So one of them is ask yourself, am I dreaming? If you're actually dreaming and you're not in a lucid state, then you won't be able to ask yourself. Because in a dream, you're the viewer, you're the one who's watching the movie, and you're immersed in that movie, but you have no control over it. In a lucid dream, you're the protagonist, you're the director, you're the producer, you're everything. You're the cast member.
So you can't, so you would never ask yourself, am I dreaming if it's not a lucid dream? Because I ask myself that all the time in dreams. I'm like, is this a dream or is it like, so am I?
Are you half awake when you do that? Or are you?
No, I'm in my dream trying to get out going, maybe this is a dream. And then I don't remember it till halfway through the next day. And I'm like, oh, I remember that.
It could happen that in your dream, your subconscious comes in and says, okay, is this a dream? I'm just checking what's happening right now.
Okay.
It can happen, but in your lucid dream, you can actually control, you can do it anytime you want. You can ask it 3 times, 4 times. Okay. And you will be able to even hear your voice. In your dreams, do you remember, can you hear your voice?
Yeah, I don't like it, but yeah.
No one likes their voice. No one likes their voice. But because I find that in my dreams, I do speak. I remember speaking and having conversations, but I don't sound like me in my dreams. I sound like, I don't know, someone else, somewhere out there. The other thing about lucid dreaming is about reality check is check your reflection on a mirror. Very simple. It's true. You can just say, okay, there's a mirror there. I'm just going to check. Can you see yourself?
I guess I'm just not finding these mirrors. And when you said signs, I'm like, I don't think I've ever found a sign in my dreams, but I just keep going back to the same places and not noticing these details. So I've really got to make myself aware.
You can create a sign in your dream. That's the whole point of a lucid dream. You can create anything. If you want Brad Pitt to stand there and if you want to start snogging Brad Pitt, you can do it. I've done it. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell your husband.
TMI, sorry. But you can just do anything. If you want to have, let's say, you're dreaming that you're flying. That's a lucid dream. That's definitely a lucid dream when you're flying, when you have that power. And then you're flying over and you can see just down below what's happening. And you just think of a stop sign. Think of a stop sign or a supermarket sign or a shop sign and read it. Say, I don't know, Walmart or stop. Just read it out loud. It helps your mind bring you back to reality.
Okay.
To remind you that, you know, this is not real life. This is a dream. Also, another one that a lot of people use, because there are people out there, I tell you, there are people out there that absolutely love lucid dreaming, and they have, and I can even give you some tips on how, if you've never had it or you think you've never had it, how you can start having lucid dreams. There are tips and tricks on how to do that. So there are people out there that love so much lucid dreaming that they actually use these methods in order for them to have lucid dreams every night. And so these reality checks that we're talking right now, they do these every night just to make sure that they are in that state, okay? And one of the most common ways of doing it is pushing your finger to your palm like that. You won't actually do it while you're sleeping, but you will be able to feel that pressure. It's funny. You will be, it's not like while you're sleeping and you're dreaming that you're doing this, that you're actually, you know, moving your hands together and doing this, but you will actually feel a little pressure on your palm, on the inside of your palm. And this activates your brain.
Have you ever seen that show? This just made me think of that show, Westworld. Is it called Westworld?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're like stuck in a dream and they're slowly like realizing they're in a dream. Weird. I just thought of that. We're all in the Matrix anyway. Come on.
We're all in the Matrix, exactly. I mean, what's our world right now? You know, it's like a big nightmare that we can't get out. Get me out. Don't want to be here. Get me out.
Oh.
So back to so these are some reality checks. Now, how do you get lucid dreams? They say that this is like one method of doing it is that around, depending what time you go to bed, so around 3 or 4 hours after you've gone to bed, you set an alarm. You set an alarm on just to wake you up. So as soon as the alarm is on, you just switch it off, you're awake, and try to go back to sleep straight away. And then set up another alarm about an hour or two after that. And then you'll wake up, switch off the alarm, and go back to sleep. And they say, I've never tried it myself because I get the lucid dreams anyways, not every day, but I get them. So, you know, I'm not bothered. But they say that what that does is that it when you're in deep sleep, you're beyond the REM. You have to be at that level of REM, rapid eye movement. Your consciousness in your mind has to be at that level in order for it to go into that lucid dream state. And that usually happens, let's say if you get up and you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Usually when you go back to bed, that's when you have the dreams that you remember, because you dream all night. But usually after that, in the morning, you'll remember that second part. That the dreams that you have that second part of that night. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense because I get up. I'm this person that wakes up every 3 hours or every 4 hours. So that's why I think I must remember them, because that's my sleep pattern. Exactly what you just described.
Do you write down, do you keep a journal, dream journal?
I try to, but they're so fragmented and they're always just the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, Jenny, you need to figure this out, because this isn't even just since like Pete died. This has been years, like 10, 20 years. I mean, I'm still unpacking stuff from university and not getting out. Like I'm still in that dorm carrying baggage, literally missing flights because I'm bringing my luggage. Like, yeah, we've got to work on this.
We've got to find out what that is, though.
Yes.
I mean, it might be a message, because reoccurring dreams are also messages that come through from your higher self or your guides, because that's the best way they can communicate with us. So maybe there's a message there that we have to look into. I am looking into bringing guests, like for Mystic Mondays. One of them is someone I know through Instagram. He does angel cards and he talks to angels and he does readings through his angels and your angels and everyone's angels. And I want to bring him on because he's very specialized at that. And it would be nice to hear his side, you know, and how he sees angels. What are angels for him? How does he see them? What do they tell him? How does he do readings? You know, it's interesting to hear from someone else as well.
It always is. I love it. Yeah.
And I think I will
learn from each other.
Yeah, right. And I also would like to bring someone on for dream interpretation. So that would be interesting for you, Jenny. If you write down your dreams, then we can actually ask them. I haven't found them yet, so if you know anyone, please send me a DM or an email, and because that would be interesting. Dreams is very interesting because I do feel that dreams are a mirror to our soul. It's our way of communicating with the other side.
Yeah,
it's the easiest way for us. It's like calling home, you know, and it's also the easiest way for our loved ones to come through and send us messages and talk to us and be with us. And for us to feel loved and you know, protected by them, and that's also very important. So I think dreams are they play a very significant role in spirituality and in us humans. There's a reason why we dream, and there's a reason why our brain is so powerful.
You know what? When you say that, I was thinking, my dreams used to be a lot more provoke a lot more anxiety and emotion, even though I think I was just living day-to-day life on the other side, but I would have like more anxiety. And now that you say that, like, I know Pete's there sometimes, and I just feel whoever's there, the other side, a sense of peace and protection now. Even when it's a dream that's a little bit nervous, I feel I have an overall more sense of that protection just being visited, and the love from the other side. Like, anybody, my dad, my grandma, everyone.
Yeah, and you wake up and you feel a lot more connected, right, with them, and you feel a little bit more reassured to start your day. It's just really special, and that's why most people say, "Oh, I saw my angel. My angel visited me while I was sleeping, or when I was at bed, or I saw a shadow, or I saw something." Why is it that it happens while we're half asleep or about to go to sleep or in the middle of the night? Because that's when our brain is the brain quietens down. It's not that noisy, and they're able to see what's happening and acknowledge those spirits and those orbs and those energies around us. That's why. So dreams are valuable. And that's why dream journaling is important, because if you look back to your dreams, even dreams that you had. I have a dream journal that I kept when I was 20, 21. It's so interesting to see how different my dreams were back then to now. It's almost like you can psychoanalyze yourself as well. You're like, okay, that's interesting. I had those dreams.
That's what I've been doing, is just mostly since July, kind of writing down, not an intense journal, but just a little bit of what I can recall. And I'm a little neurotic, so I made a daily planner myself, and it's got like a little spot for like your daily affirmation, and it also has a spot for what did you dream about. So it's just like a little thing to remind myself what I'd been dreaming about. Yeah, so it's pretty neat to see the progress of what goes on.
It's you learn a lot about yourself and your spirituality as well, and how you communicate with your loved ones, because that takes practice too. Even if you're dreaming, or lucid dreaming, because you can invite them to your dreams. Like if you wake up in a lucid dream, or if you're in a lucid dream, you can actually ask them to come forward. That's the amazing thing about it. You can do anything. You can just say, okay, I want to see Pete right now.
Do you think my problem is I don't remember to ask for help in my dream, because I don't ask for help in real life? Because I never remember to ask for help in my dreams. I need to just stop, because I'll sit there and wonder, what do I do? What do I do? I never thought, just ask for help in a dream. It'll work.
Do you find, it's funny that you said that, because I just wanted to ask you something. You reminded me of a question that I wanted to ask you. Have you ever had a dream where you're dreaming that you're hearing a noise? Let's say a siren. And you hear that siren in your dream, and it's getting louder and louder and louder, and then suddenly you wake up and it's actually there. It happens in real life. You can hear it in real life. A siren or someone screaming.
Yeah, that I've heard like people, but I don't know so much about.
But the sound integrates with your dream. So the sound that's happening in real life, it kind of like integrates into your dream and becomes part of the plot, part of the story.
Yes.
Do you know why? Time relevance. When we're dreaming, okay, time goes by very, very slowly in our time. So it seems to us that things are moving fast while we're dreaming, but in actual time, things are going very, very slowly. So what happens is that when you're starting to come out of the dream, and then, you start your consciousness.
Did she freeze? Hello? Am I the only one that can't see Fem? There you are. There you are.
We knew this was going to happen, and I see Kim smiling backstage. We knew this was going to happen. Every Monday, folks, every Monday we have technical difficulties because we are being bombarded by spiritual energy here.
Yes, we are.
And yes, and especially from one person that I know of. Kim's mom.
I love Kim's mom.
Let me just bring Kim in and then I'll just drop the link if anyone wants to call in. Hi, Kim. Did you see that?
I did. I'm watching in the camera as my lights behind me are flickering. Well, there is no light behind me. Let me put it that way. But there's
Really?
a light
Okay.
flickering. Yeah, there's no
I
light
see it.
behind me. But I watch her flicker and then y'all freeze. So yeah, I told you she was playful
We knew that was
today.
going to happen.
Yeah, you did say she was.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she's a mess.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about lucid dreaming. I have them, and yes, I can tell myself this is a dream, and I've actually tried to look at a road sign and all because I'm like, okay, I don't like this dream anymore, and I want out of it. And I've done that, but one recurring dream I always have is that I'm back in high school. I'm 50 years old. I dream I'm back in high school. It's test day. I have not been to school all year. I have no idea what's on the test. And I am freaking out in my dreams because I was always straight
Never
A
was-
student. And it just, I'm like, okay. And then before I start taking the test, I always wake up.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm making myself wake up because I don't want to fail, but I don't understand why it's such a recurring dream.
How long have you had this dream?
For years.
Me too.
I mean,
since high school.
I tell
Yeah.
you, there's a reason why you have them.
Like at least once a week. Still, me too. I didn't go to the class, or I missed the class, or I totally forgot. I didn't know there was a class, and I'm the type of
That's
person
the
in
way
high
I am.
And I was the type of person in high school that never skipped class. Like all my friends did. I'm like, no, because I need to take notes. That's going to be on the test.
I know that's the way I was. I was a nerd, but even now, and I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to be learning that I'm not, because that's the way I feel when I wake up is you have not caught the lesson.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the reason why it's recurring. It's probably because you haven't been paying attention, and there's a lesson there. There is a lesson there. And it has nothing to do with school or tests or exams or anything like that. It's probably you have to go back to your childhood or back to that time when you were at school. Do you see yourselves as children, like pupils, like children in your dreams, or are you adults?
I'm in university.
I'm always in my early 20s. Now I've got I went to college for a long time. I had a doctor friend tell me I made careers out of making careers, but I went to nursing school. I've got psychology degree, criminal justice degree, vet tech. I've got several degrees, and whenever I'm back in my dreams, I'm in that age that I'm going through college.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. We have to look into that. I'm afraid I can't give you the answers because as I said, I can't do in dream interpretation. But there's always the chance we could ask the cards as well. We can see what channels through me while we do the tarot. We can do this privately and just see what comes up and see if it makes sense.
Okay.
Because I can ask your guides directly to just give me some feedback about it for both of you.
I would appreciate that.
That's the dream I was going to mention earlier. And I'm like, maybe I just won't mention that dream because it's so crazy. It just won't go away. It's the baggage dream and the test.
We'll be crazy together then.
Well, we are. We're good.
Well, I have a worse dream that I used to have when I was younger that I had, it was not a dream, it was a nightmare, because I would see that I went to school. I think I was in primary school. In my dream, I'm in primary school and I walk into school and I'm naked.
I've had that
That's my
dream.
dream. That's it.
When I was a kid, I wore my nightgown to school. I thought it was the end of the universe.
Really? Oh, how
Yeah.
cute.
Every night in my dream, in my nightgown.
How cute. Oh, well, at least you were wearing a nightgown. I was naked.
Yeah, you're not. That's not okay.
I know, I was naked and I
I'm-
was wearing a pair of socks, which is very random. Like, why was I naked and wearing socks? Like,
Gotta have socks.
I
well.
wonder in my dream, where did my clothes go? Because it's all at once I'm naked and I'm like, what happened? You know? And I'm trying to hide behind everything.
Yeah, my dream wouldn't go that far. My dream was me walking into school, everyone staring at me, looking down, realizing I'm naked, and then the dream ends. Thank you very much. I don't know what that. But I had it for years and it would haunt me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have the naked dream again.
Like, I would be devastated. I'm in my nightgown and I'm devastated. Like, oh, wow. No.
Well, as long as it's, you all watch Southern Charm, right?
Do what?
We're like, no.
Southern Charm? Is it called Southern Charm? I'm confused now.
That TV show?
Yes, the TV show, the Bravo show.
Yeah, it's Southern Charm. I don't watch it, but I've seen the previews.
Yeah.
Craig always carries this nightgown, which has like this fake fur and looks so fluffy. And I think they sell it in Bath and Beyond. Is it called Bath and Beyond in the US?
Bed Bath and Beyond.
It is.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond. And I was like, oh, that looks so snuggly. I need one.
Yeah, no, that wasn't the nightgown I was wearing. No.
No, okay.
No.
So I've got London Girl in backstage. Let's hope she's ready to come on.
Guys,
Hi, London Girl.
how are you?
Hello.
Hey.
Lovely to see you, Kim, Fem, and Jenny.
Oh, lovely to see you. Well, lovely
Thanks
to hear
for being here.
No, you gave me a reading the other week on Up and Adam, and
I
things have sort of moved slightly. I had some news.
Ooh, do share if you want. You don't have to.
No, I'm really happy to share.
Good.
Especially because it's a first world problem. The house sale fell through.
Yes.
It fell through. And what was really interesting about my reaction, so I knew that it kept coming up between me speaking to you and, you know, the date that I found out. I just kept feeling this almost like a block. You know, why am I hesitant about filling in this paperwork? Why is this feeling that I've got felt like something stopping me? And so when they told me, although I was upset, I wasn't, you know, like I said, first world problems relative. And I feel like it wasn't the place for me and something better will come. And I need to take, because we've gone into like quite a severe lockdown in London because of COVID.
I know.
I feel like if I look at it from a universal perspective, that I've got kind of 6 weeks to get my act together. Say we came out of lockdown in 6 weeks. It feels like I need to do some internal work or something. There's something that I feel like I need to work on to get to the point where what I'm putting out, the vision I'm putting out into the universe will be what comes. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that news. I haven't gone back and listened to the reading you gave me that time, but I do want to go back and I do want to book you.
Yes, go back and read, because I do remember that you're moving. Okay, I remember that. I saw the moving cards and it was pretty obvious, but I don't remember what I said after that. I really don't. We have to go back and see. I never remember reading.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
The interesting thing was that the first card you pulled was the card of swords. I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
The Six of Swords, and you said, this card is a something card, but then everything else was positive towards change. And you said that
Sorry, if it was a Six of Swords, it does indicate that you, and I probably told you that there is a lot going on in your head, and there's a lot of worry and a lot of being apprehensive. Apprehension is always a Six of Swords. Okay, sorry, go on, I interrupted you.
No, that's it really. So I just said to someone, I need to go on and I need to see Fem tonight because I just wanted to ask her about this thing. But are you talking about dreams as well?
Yes.
Can I? Is it Jenny that does the dreams?
She does the
do you
dreams.
both?
No, we're just talking about lucid. What we're talking about today is lucid dreaming. What is the difference between having a vivid dream and a lucid dream? And what does that mean spiritually as well? And how you're connected with and how does that connect you with the other side, basically? Because dreams connect you with the other side. Did you have a question around it, or did you have
I do. I want to know, when you have that dream where you're falling and you can feel it in your dream, but and obviously, I've heard that people say, well, you can't ever fall. You can't ever fall to the bottom because that would mean that, you're no longer here. But I used to have those dreams a lot about falling. So I'd fall from a building or I'd just be in the sky falling down.
Me too. And do you normally have them just as you fall asleep? It's not even in the middle of the night. It's just like you're half asleep, or you feel that you're about to go into deep sleep, and then suddenly you feel like you're falling, and then bam.
Yes.
Because that's how it is with me as well.
Yes.
This dreaming, it's again an overactive mind. It's sort of an overactive mind trying to slow down. And that's the way it does it. Our brains are very, very powerful tools. So especially when we're stressed or we've had a really busy day, high energy day, and we just lie down and we say, okay, now I'm going to fall asleep. Now is the time. And then you fall asleep, and it seems to you that you've just fallen asleep for a few seconds, and then suddenly you're falling. That's your mind. That's your overactive mind trying to away. It's like, a way of bringing that consciousness to a level that your mind feels comfortable in for you to go into deep sleep.
Wow.
It's weird. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I had them a lot when I was younger. So I did look into it because it was freaking me out, because I would see myself landing. Like I would feel landing, and then I would like literally jerk out of my body. Like it felt like I would jerk out of my body. I would be like, boom. So that scared me, that frightened me. I was like, what the hell is going on? Because I've done astral projection as well, where you just leave your body and you're actually floating over your body, and you can float anywhere, and especially just visit the other side as well. I've had that, but that's very different to that. So I was very confused when I was younger. I was like, what the hell? 1 minute I can float, next minute I can fly in my dream, the other minute I just like crash land, and I'm just jerked out of my bed. So it's it's different things happening with our brains.
Oh my god. So that isn't the most freaky dream I've had that was a continual dream. The other dream I have, if I may, sorry, I don't want to is that okay?
Of course.
So I have
we want callers. We want to hear your experience.
I just didn't want to know if I was taking up Kim's time, because I can still see her.
No, you're fine, baby. You're fine.
All right, and your lipstick's stunning, darling.
Thank you.
So the recurring dream I have is that I've somehow murdered somebody. This is going to sound awful. I murdered somebody, and it's in another house, and I've hidden them, and in my mind where I'm in the dream, I have to keep going back and trying to hide the body. This is so awful. I have to try and hide the body before somebody else finds it. And I have this, I don't know if it's because I'm super anxious or there's something hidden. I haven't. I'm a compassionate person, and I would never.
The reason I'm laughing is because I had this dream too. I'll be like taking care of someone, and I'll turn them into a bug, and then I'll accidentally squish them, and then I'll be like, oh no, they're dead.
Yeah, and so literally in my dream, I'm like, oh my God, but if these people go to that house and they find this hidden body, dead body, I'll get found out. I haven't had it so recently. I don't know if it's when my anxiety is really high or something.
That's stressful. That's a stressful dream. They're gonna catch him. They're going to prison, but it's not real.
So I
feel so bad.
oh my God, I'm seeing in the comments that somebody's had that dream as well, so I don't feel so bad now.
Good.
I had dreams that I stabbed someone, but I'm a really good person.
Wow.
So maybe I was super angry. Maybe I had a fight with my husband and I really wanted to stab him that day. Who knows? But I mean, I had that dream and it shocked the hell out of me. I was like,
yeah.
I'm
always running from the cops. I'm always running from a speeding ticket, like outrunning.
Oh yeah, I had those as well.
So I just wonder whether it's something to do with in my daily life if I'm not revealing something, because it's about being hit, it feels like I'm hiding something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do something, okay? We will do it now for London Girl, and whoever else wants to, I'll just
Oh my God, you're so kind.
Yeah, do it.
I love doing this. That's why I'm doing it. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're so kind. You don't have to do it." If I didn't have to do it, if I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it. So
Okay.
let's have a look. You know what? No, I'll use this deck. I have another deck for dreams and stuff like that, but I have it in my bedroom. So what I'm going to do now is, can you tell me the beginning of the dream for a bit? I had technical issues.
Okay, so this is the one where I think that I have a hidden body in this house, and the house is actually quite complicated. It's one of those houses where doors and rooms kind of interconnect. There are hidden rooms.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I see. So,
and I'm afraid of somebody discovering it.
I'm not going to do this. Normally a spread where you can do a tarot spread, a big spread, and just really analyze your dream. We don't have time to do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my guides to possibly give me a direction or some kind of answer about your dream. Where's Adam? He loves the sound. So hold on.
Still crying.
I can't believe you can shuffle them so quickly. They're so big as well. That's quite a skill.
Take years of practice. So finally, Queen and King of Cups show up. Interesting. Both of them. Okay, hold on. Give me a sec. Trying to make sense of it. Ace of Swords. Okay, I've got to show you the. First of all, look at this card.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. And what is it? It's the mind. And what's the mind doing? What's that light for me? That's the white light. That's how I envision the white light when I do protection. Protection. Okay, so this is really, we have to look at the symbolism in these cards actually, because that's your dream. But it comes from Queen of Cups and King of Cups. Okay. This could be, your parents are here with us, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with your parents?
I've got a complicated family, but on my birth side, very strong.
Okay, because I feel that the message that my guides are sending me is that this is some kind of message and subconscious, let's say, thoughts that you have since you were maybe younger, And it has to do with your parents. It has to do with your relationship with your parents, the dynamic that you have with your parents. That's what I'm getting. And it's something that you haven't worked on.
Wow, that's so true. I mean, I'd have to take this up with you privately because it's a bit too
Of course.
it's a bit too personal, but you're so on the money.
Of course, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, just so you know. So it's coming from that. So that you need a little bit, we need to investigate and see what's happening there. Because I was told now that the blockage, this blockage that you feel that there's
Yeah.
that energy is blocked, and it's not, moving. Could be from that as well. Because sometimes we do get blocked because that's our guides and the universe saying you need to stand still and fix this problem. You can't move forward. You can't evolve unless you fix this problem. You have to face the music. So we have to look into it. And now we know where that's coming from. So we need to investigate a little bit more.
Okay, my lovely. So I'm going to email you separately.
Do that. And we'll find it soon.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much for your time. It's such a delight to see you on a Monday. Good vibes, everybody.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Thanks for calling.
Aw. So I'm going to bring, Priya is here. Sorry, Dana, I'm skipping you and putting Priya on.
Priya. Hi, Priya.
Hi.
So I have a question. So I have dreams. I know other people were in the dream, but I don't remember who they are, and I can't remember anything to do with like their face or the color of their hair or anything like that.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
What does that mean? That means that I have the same. I have exactly the same. I never see faces or people that I dream of look different in my dreams. So, but I know it's them, but they look differently. I believe it's because when we dream, there are levels again of dreaming and levels of consciousness while we're sleeping, but we do go to the other side and we do go back home and we do come together with our higher selves. So usually what you see is your soul cluster, but they don't have a face because that soul cluster, every incarnation, they take a different form and a different role in your life. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I know it's someone and I feel like it's someone that I know, or it could be this specific one person. It's just not their face, it's their soul.
Yeah.
That's why we're not, the face is irrelevant. What they look like is irrelevant. It's how we're connected to them. And on the other side, we are connected to our soul cluster or soul cycle or spirit cluster, whatever you want to call it. There are different names for it. And what happens is our higher self is with them. Okay. And that's why they feel so familiar and they feel like you know them, although they don't look like anything in particular, or they don't have a face, or so it's just going back home to your family, to your spirit family. That's why when you've dreamt about, I don't know if you've been watching this show from the beginning, but what I said was that a lot of times, we dream that we are at home, that we're in a house, and in our dream, it's our house. We feel like it's our home. We feel comfortable in it, but we don't recognize that house, that home. That's because it's not our physical home. It's our spiritual home. Jenny, you wanted to ask?
You can tell when I want to talk, right? Yes. Is it possible? Because I'm just like, I'm an Aries. I just got to talk. When you, I know I just run into everything. Do you, can you, maybe when you see someone in real life, you meet them in real life and you're like, I feel like I know you. Maybe you know them in your dream already because they're your soul family and you haven't met them in like this 3D yet. Is that possible?
Yes. Yeah, of course it's possible.
Okay.
I mean,
that's possible. You haven't met them here yet.
You could have met in a dream, or you met in a past life, or you had shared a past life together.
Yeah.
And this life, you decided not to be in the same group and the same family, and you've decided just to, to live separate separate lives. And then you meet, and then you feel like, oh, I feel like I've known this person forever, or you finish each other's sentences, weird stuff like that. And this is someone who's a total stranger for you. But you know each other spiritually, either from the other side, either from your cluster or from a past life. And that's what happens with our dreams. As I said, they do visit us when we're dreaming. That's our way to take ourselves to the other side, say hello, meet everyone, greet everyone, exchange, gossip, do whatever we do, and then come back. That's what happens when we sleep. And it's no coincidence that your body shuts down when you don't get sleep. People who have insomnia, I used to suffer from insomnia too. People who have insomnia usually have a lot. Hold on, I want to bring Kim in because she's waving. Because Kim,
I know. I was just saying, I have insomnia. You know, I have insomnia.
I
It'll
know.
be the middle of the night here, and I'm sitting here messaging them. Yeah, I have insomnia really bad.
So insomniacs usually suffer from a lot of other, let's say, mental imbalances. And I'm not talking about you, Kim, I'm talking about temporary ones. Why? Because your body shuts down when you don't get enough sleep because your body needs to rest. And B, it's your mind. Your mind needs to rest too, and it needs to be able to go to the other side, get that energy, get that wisdom, get that knowledge, get that reassurance, and come back. That is how I see it as a spiritual coach. If you ask a scientist, they're going to tell you a load of other things, but it's, in the end of the day, this is how I see it, how I'm connected with my guides. And I hope this makes sense to you, Priya, on why you're dreaming of these people that you don't know, but you actually know them in your dream, or you feel like you know them. Why you find yourself in a big home or a small home or an ugly or a beautiful home, and you think, oh, this is my home. I feel so comfortable here. I feel like I'm at home, but where am I? It doesn't look like a home. So This is all the connection with the other side.
Okay, and I think the last video was guardian angels, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And they can appear faceless, right?
I
think you said last time guardian angels can appear to you in dreams, and they can be faceless as well.
They can be. It depends. Other people see faces, other people don't. They normally don't appear in a specific gender, but some people are more, it depends on the person. So I've heard of people who see who've seen their guardian angels, and they've seen like a female form or a male form, but normally they don't, they don't have a gender. They're just, they can shift between feminine and masculine, and my guardian angels don't have a face. I feel the energy and I see the silhouette. They're very tall, elongated. They're normally wearing some kind of, mine do, different colored garbs, like long garbs and like big bell, like these ones, big bell sleeves, and they don't have wings per se, but they have so much energy that's coming from their back that looks like wings. It looks like golden. They look like golden wings, but they're not actual wings, made of feathers. That's how I see them. But if you ask someone else, like if you ask Kim or if you ask Jenny, they see them in different forms.
Do you always see them with golden wings, or are they different colors?
Different colors, depending on the situation, depending on my situation, on my also mood at that point, or and depends who it is that shows up. It could be an archangel. Archangels have their own colors, and they're very distinctive. You're seeing archangel because they have different, I think Archangel Michael comes off, I think his color is orange, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Gabriel, green. So they all have different, Metatron is gold. So they have different colors that are associated to them. And that's why sometimes when we talk to our angel, do you find yourselves, let me put it this way, do you find yourselves that there are periods and phases in your life where you're attracted to one color more than the others? So you wear more, there's a period in your life where you're more attracted to orange. Orange is not your favorite color, but you start, I don't know, painting your nails orange, wearing more orange.
I do.
Attracted to orange things. Okay. That's also your angels showing you, confirming you that they're around. And depending on the color that you're attracted to, you know which angel or which archangel is around you at that time, at that period.
Whenever I was nursing on the floor in the hospital, it was amazing to me the people that saw angels. I mean, and there were some that got mad at me because I woke them up and made the angels leave. But most of them would always say they're every color but no color at all. And until I saw that, I really didn't get what they were saying, but afterwards I can see that every color but none at all.
It depends on the individual and what they're going through at that point and how much they're open to actually seeing their angels. Priya, have you had an experience with an angel, or have you seen them in your dream?
I don't think so, but I'm trying to figure it out. I don't feel like I have. I've had dreams where I know it's the person I'm talking to and who the person is, but I can't see their face. So that's what I was wondering, was that a guardian angel maybe? I don't know.
It depends. How do you feel when you see this person? With a guardian angel, when you see an angel, you just feel loved, unconditional love, bliss, warmth, light is coming out from you everywhere. Yeah. Sorry? Kim?
I said total comfort.
Total comfort. When it comes to your soul cycle or your spirit guides, there's a different feeling. There's the feeling of as I said, I'm with family, I'm at home, I'm at ease, I'm comfortable. So that's how you can also distinguish what it is you're seeing or you're experiencing at that point. Angels will make themselves known, trust me. They have a way. They will show up. It's just, if you have an open mind and your eyes are open, they will show up. They're not going to scare you. Just don't worry about that, because they're very discreet, actually. They're going to do it tactfully because they don't want to frighten anyone, but they will show up. You can actually talk to them and say, please come visit me, or please show up, or show me a sign that you're around me, and they will. And you'll see, it's unbelievable. And that's why I always say, keep a journal, everyone, whether it's dreams, whether it's experiences, whether it's thoughts, what you saw while you were meditating, because that's how you piece the puzzle together. Yeah. And things start making more sense in your life, and you start figuring out your spiritual path as well, because you look back and you see. And then especially when you look back after a couple of months, because we all go through a lot of crap in our lives, right? And we're so involved in everyday life and routine and all those problems. And then, yes, we keep a journal, we write down what we experienced, what we saw in our dreams, if we see an orb or whatever it may be. But at that point, we can't make sense of it. We don't understand it. We usually say, okay, it's down in my journal, I've written it down, that's it. And then 2 months later, down the road, you go back and you read it, and you remember what state you are, what was happening in your life, and what you wrote in your journal, and you see that the message is loud and clear. It's there. You've written it. I hope that helps everyone
doing that.
So Priya, I feel that what you're doing is just you're visiting your family, your spiritual family in your dreams, or they visit you. That's what I feel. No, they're not going to show up because what they look like is not important. It's not going to affect. It doesn't. We don't have a form on the other side. We don't have a body. This is not what we look like. We're just energy. So that's why you can't see their faces. I don't either. I don't see their faces either sometimes. I can.
I thought it was weird, so I just wanted to make sure.
Have you had lucid dreams, Priya?
So are those the kind of dreams you can control?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Lucid dreams.
I do have a falling dream where I'm falling and then I wake up, but I don't have it at the start of the night. It's either in the middle of the night or when I'm about to wake up.
Again, it's your mind trying to get you out. It's just like giving you like a big shake. Like, now's the time. Now wake up. Now I'm done. I don't want to sleep anymore. You know, I want to be awake. I want to be thinking. I want to be working. There are different times for different people. Usually the most common time for you to feel this falling feeling is the beginning of the night. Just as you're falling asleep, usually. It could be different for everyone, again, because it has to do with how long does it take, you know, how many hours do you sleep at night? How deep do you sleep? You know, how stressed are you before you go to sleep? There are a lot of factors that influence when you have that experience.
Okay.
I hope that helps. I'll be seeing you anyway soon.
Yeah, we have a reading tomorrow. Excited.
Exactly tomorrow morning. So we will look at it and we can discuss more about that if you have any more questions around it. But thank you so much for calling and for being here.
Thank you for calling. I always love listening to you when you call into the shows. You have the most elegant voice. The first time I heard it, I'm like, I'm never speaking again because I don't sound like Priya. Like,
oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much.
I mean it. You're welcome.
Bye, Priya. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Priya.
All right. So I think it's been over an hour that we've been doing the manic. I said it again. Manic Monday. There you go. Mystic Manic Monday.
We're renaming it.
I'm going to rename it. Well, it is Manic Monday when it comes to technology and all the issues that we have to face every Monday. But it's Mystic Monday.
Keeps getting knocked off, and I keep getting knocked off.
Same here, and I don't know what's happening. But I mean, I think this was a very interesting show. Lots of people showed up, and I appreciate it. I just want to say hello to people. Robin, hold on. Robin is here. Who else? Willow. Hi, Willow. Who else? Sorry.
Sea Cruise.
Willow.
And then we had original. Oh yeah, we did talk with original Dalston girl.
There's Bad Boy Breeze, but I don't know that he's still here.
Oh right, yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, but thank you everyone for being here today. I really hope you enjoyed the topic. I hope you enjoyed the show. What do you want to talk about next week? Any ideas from the chat as well?
We could still talk about crystals.
Yes,
we were gonna
I'm trying to bring a geologist on.
Oh, okay.
So, to get like really deep into crystals, about everything, like about the anatomy of a crystal, what's the significance, how can you tell fake crystal from a man-made crystal from a real crystal, where they source. I just want to do a show, like, because I love crystals. So deep dive. So if I can't get a geologist, then I'll do it.
I'm excited. I'm going to, you know how I told you I just did that Reiki class? I've got to get my master Reiki crystal, but I want to get a pretty one because it's like you keep it for life, right? Like that's your crystal, right? Okay, I'm gonna get a pretty one.
I'm getting a pretty.
Jenny, I want to talk to you about that class
Okay.
afterwards.
All right.
Yeah. Reiki is wonderful. I highly recommend it. Anyone who has a spiritual, who's just had a spiritual awakening, or they're on a spiritual journey, or they're very spiritual, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
You can find courses anywhere online as well now. It's just wonderful. I mean, how do you feel, Jenny? How many have you done so far?
This was it. How many courses have I done?
Yes.
Or how many? This was the first time I've ever introduced myself to it. I literally was just like, oh, there's an opportunity. I'm going to take that opportunity. Like, I listened to my intuition and I'm like, I don't even know what this is, but I need to do this. And when I did it, I'm like, this is exactly what I needed. So I love it. I'm all about it. I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. You understand your energy. You can understand how your energy works, your energy field, how it affects you and the people around you. Your energy can affect so many people around you. The power.
Yes. When I asked my coworkers one time, because I had to write up this thing about myself and it was to describe myself, I said, how would you describe me? And they said, you're a force to be reckoned with. And I was like, it's not good or bad, but it's your energy that you bring every day, right? So yeah,
you're
your
fire
energy.
sign. You're an Aries. You're the first star sign. You're out there. You're like, I'm first out there, Go. Aries energy.
And you know what? I'm a Leo rising, so I'm double fire. It's trouble.
That's why I called you Leo before, because you have a lot more. Your Leo energy is stronger than your Aries energy. You're more. You come up more of a Leo than an Aries.
It's like the mask you wear, right, to the world. That's what people kind of view you as. Yeah, I think so.
Exactly. And the moon is your emotional responses,
which is thankfully a little bit of earth for me. A little bit.
That's good, because that brings that fire down. Because it's fire. A little bit of earth there just to balance things out. That's good.
Yeah. Dana's an Aries too.
Dana's an Aries, but she does not feel like an Aries.
No.
To me, she's a water sign.
Yeah, I agree.
She has so much. And Kim, for me, is a Sag. She is the typical Sag. She's loving, positive.
Which is also fire. That's the other fire sign, right? Yeah.
But that's like the more laid back fire sign.
I know. It's the more fun one that people like.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the surfer dude of the fire signs, the Sagittarius.
Yeah.
Aries is the financial broker. Always like busy, always meeting with people, talking with people on the phone, multitasking, craziness, chaos, aggressiveness. And then you have Leos, and Leos, they're the king of the jungle, the king of the zodiac.
Yeah.
They have that fire energy. It's more of a deep, passionate, slower energy than Aries and Sagittarius. So I love fire signs. I love all signs.
I do too. Pete was a Leo, so we were both fire, but he was a Leo. So yeah.
but he doesn't have Leo energy either, though.
I know. I thought that too. I'm like, I'm more. I don't know.
I had him more of a Gemini. Maybe a Libra.
That I think was his. I think that's his moon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the Gemini.
Yeah, but he comes off more of a Gemini than a Leo.
Yeah,
because he also has that sweet nature, that cuddly sweet nature about him. That's not a Leo. Leos are more like.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been an hour, almost an hour and a half. Kim, thank you so much for being here as always and for moderating. Thank you to my moderators, Dana.
Thank you, Mod Squad, Angels.
Thank you for everyone for being here today. I really, really appreciate it. I saw that C. Cruz wrote that she wants to learn more about numerology. That's another one that we have to do and talk about. I also want to do a video about tarot because a lot of people have questions about tarot. How do you read tarot? Or how do you start reading tarot? What's the symbolism behind it? What's the story? Is it paganistic? Is it paganistic or is it pagan? Is it, a lot of people associate because they see pagan symbolisms and Freemason, I can't speak today, symbolisms on the cards and so many questions about the symbols as well that are on the cards, on the tarot cards. So I want to talk about that at some point as well, if anyone's interested, and maybe I can give you some quick lessons or quick tips on how you can get a deck and just, pull a couple of cards and how to read those cards for you as an advice to start your day, or if you have a question and you just want a quick answer from your cards. So we'll also touch upon that in the next Mystic Monday. I said it right this time. I did not say Manic Monday.
We know the name of our show.
See the name of the show, Mystic Manic Monday.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, girls, for being here. Thank you all. And we hope to see you next week, next Monday. Same time, same channel.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.